Poor Chris.
Hello and welcome to A Star to Steer Her By, episode 437.
Ooh.
Where we are talking about possibly the worst piece of Star Trek media ever.
Oh, come on. The very short tracks?
Oh, those are pretty rough.
They're at least very short.
That's true, they were very
This
short.
was 95 of the longest minutes of my life.
I know, I loved it that at halfway through you're like, oh, we've got to be nearly done now.
And Ames was like, I've got bad news,
Oh, no.
we're not.
You
Yes.
have no sense of time.
It is the Section 31 movie.
Woo, you could have fooled me, because I didn't even notice Section 31 was in this movie.
That was a movie?
Holy shit.
Oh,
What?
yeah, that's right. That was them. That's so funny.
What
This was
a
bad.
what? I don't even know. I don't. We just watched this all together. We finished maybe 5 minutes ago, listeners. I have never seen it before, and it was worse than I was expecting.
That's amazing, because everyone has already said it is the worst Star Trek that's out there.
Oh yeah, but they like
So going in with the expectation
my
was already
my
abysmal.
expectations were so unbelievably low.
And yet.
And Section 31 tunneled so far under them. I haven't decided yet, but this might be the worst movie I have ever seen. Full stop. Not just Star Trek.
We should cover the War of the Worlds movie just for fun.
Oh.
It is awful.
I am very good at not seeing movies I think I'm going to dislike, admittedly. Like, there's plenty of movies that are probably... Like, I've never seen the Halle Berry Catwoman. I haven't seen the new War of the Worlds. Yeah, there's a lot of movies that are probably worse, but I've just not seen them. So what happens in Section 31? Not much.
Yeah.
We open up on, as Caitlin pointed out, a space station that looks like a brooch.
We open up in the Mirror Universe.
Oh, yes, right. We open up the Mirror Universe
and
and
do
we
a little flashy back.
find out that apparently
We
Mirror...
should introduce ourselves as well.
Oh, right. I'm all kerfuffled. This is Chris.
This is Ames.
This is Caitlin.
And this is always Mecha Boom Boom.
Yum yum.
Mecha Jake.
God save us.
He wants to fuck his own suit.
Oh my god.
Chaos is my friend with benefits.
Wait, is that who they said she was fucking?
Yeah.
Was the fucking Aussie? Oh, man, that's the worst. This
She did
movie.
have his blood under her fingernails, and they never explained how or why.
No, so-and-so planted it on
Sex.
her. The little fly.
All right, well, Chris, give us the 4.5 sentence
Try if you can to explain this
So-
film.
quickly, because we do have to talk about it.
Yeah,
Very,
so...
very concise.
Yeah,
Just
we open briefly, Mirror Universe. Apparently, to pick the Emperor, they do some sort of Terran Hunger Games. And Michelle Yeoh and not PETA win, but he wouldn't kill his family, so they killed his family anyway, now he's her slave.
And his whole village.
Yes, and now we go to the brooch-looking space station, where Section 31 shows up to be like, come do a job for us. And she's like, I don't wanna, but okay. And it turns out there's a fucking super weapon from the Mirror Universe
There
that came
always
to our
is.
universe. And it turns out her ex-boyfriend slave that she thought was dead isn't dead.
Ex-slave friend.
Yeah, and, he's gonna drag the Mirror Universe into the Terran Universe to rule, but nicely evil.
No, wait, the Mirror Universe doesn't get dragged into the Terran Universe. That doesn't make sense.
Yeah, the Mirror Universe, to the Prime Universe. And, oh my god, it's so bad.
But all the action set pieces, Chris!
And yeah, and the MacGuffin is destroyed, and this is worse than Die Another Day, which is probably the worst James Bond movie.
Okay. I've seen one James Bond movie ever.
Which one?
I have no idea. They're all, for all I
You should watch
understand.
GoldenEye.
For all I
GoldenEye's
understand,
always
they're
fun
all
to
the same.
watch.
Yeah.
What's the Remy Malek one? I love him.
I haven't seen
That
that
was,
Daniel Craig.
yeah, his last one. It was
I haven't seen that one yet.
middling at best, to be honest.
Aw.
Casino Royale's really
Quantum
good.
of Solace?
Quantum Solace was the second one.
No Time to
I thought that
Die.
was Skyfall
No time.
was the second one.
No, Skyfall's the third one. Skyfall's one of the best, full stop.
Skyfall
Anyway,
should have been the second one because
Got a
Quantum
great
of Solace
Adele
was trash.
song.
That might be the one I saw.
All right. Well, so,
Quantum of Solace was affected by a writer's
so
strike.
I know we don't want to talk about it, but I do.
Let's move on to this spy.
We are doing a good job of getting past
While we
it,
were
though.
watching it, I was assembling some thoughts, so I'm just going to read what I wrote.
Are your thoughts on Bond movies?
No, this is on Star Trek.
Oh,
So
shocking.
Well,
I
watching
think
this
you guys
movie, I
aren't
was-
giving this movie a fair shake. So just listen to me here, all right? This may not be our typical Star Trek fare, but it is an honest, realistic, and understandable introduction to Emperor Georgiou in the Terran Empire for those that are new to the franchise.
Is Jake reading AI right now?
As well as a welcome reminder of the incomparable Michelle Yeoh's iconic love-to-be-hated scene-stealing character from Star Trek Discovery. I have always believed the Star Trek family embraced and extolled the vision of Gene Roddenberry as described and displayed throughout all of the iterations of Star Trek, but this family seems to have been infiltrated over the last few years by naysayers and hate mongers whose sole aim seems to be to disparage the Star Trek legacy, to dissuade new viewers from watching, and to annihilate one of the longest running franchises of all times. This goes on for a while. Needless to say, 10 out of 10.
Who's that from?
It's
some bot
I
on the internet?
wanted to see who was giving this movie 10 out of 10 stars on IMDb, and and like honestly, it's funny. That was from
Duras? The Duras sisters?
somebody Dur Alexandera.
The only
With
thing
an emphasis on dirt.
about this movie that I think Gene Roddenberry would have approved of was the Dalton, because he was a horny man.
Oh, and the tits. There was some good cleavage for
was
about
an
5 minutes in the
Andorian
beginning.
fucking a beast of some kind.
Yeah, the man loved sex, but aside from that,
Yeah, the thing about this movie is, like, and I insinuated this at the top, there's absolutely no reason why this is a Section 31 movie. This could just be a normal heist movie, because that's what it is. It's never important that it's Section 31.
It's not even important that it's Star Trek. It just feels like...
That's also true.
It's just like
They threw in a couple references for you.
They found some, like, spec script that somebody wrote for, like, a Guardians of the Galaxy Suicide Squad nonsense, and we're like, let's slap a Star Trek coat of paint on that.
I will say, we have frequently referred to, we have Guardians of the Galaxy at home. That is unfair to we have Guardians of the Galaxy at home. That would have probably been a better film.
Yeah,
like
our motley crew is mostly uninteresting.
Like I said, it was Star Trek Suicide Squad.
The one thing I want to see, like, I'd like them to mostly forget this was made. Let's just flush it down the memory hole. I would like to see the wee bastard done by better Star Trek. That's interesting to me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, after Jake and I first watched this movie when it came out just over a year ago, there were 3 things I liked in this movie that I said, okay, I have 3 things I like. Mm-hmm. Michelle Yeoh's dress in the final scene.
Hell yeah.
Gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
The idea of fuzz. I have no idea if they nailed it because it's so distracting. The fucking Irish accent is incredibly distracting.
Or, as you said, Irish.
The Irish accent is incredibly distracting.
But the
Irish accent. Idea of a mannequin...
Yeah.
Piloting a Vulcan suit around, the actor, I have his name down, Sven Roigrok, cute.
He was.
I think he did a fine enough job with that very strange and unusual character, something that I don't think we've really seen a lot of before. Good for him.
Love when he came back as his sassy southern wife as well.
Yeah, I allow that. And I also think the fact that he likely survived because he's so small. Interesting concept.
We did very clearly see him burn up.
Did we?
Yes, when the doll exploded,
I feel
was
like
a
we
shot
showed him
of,
going, "Oh fuck!"
But then we saw him on fire.
Well, he can survive being on fire.
Yeah, but you know what fires need to burn? Oxygen. You know what there isn't any of in space?
Screaming.
Fire.
Yes, both of you are correct. You're both right.
Although I will say, I mean, it is, again, sort of, but also, as I said, when they introduced him, like, so he's the wee bastard from Men in Black? Like, there's a lot of other better movies in this movie.
Didn't we have a wee bastard in Star Trek once, too? That horrifying scene where they, like, blew the fuck out of that android and there was, like, a little dude in him?
You're thinking of,
TNG?
with the alien in the guy's chest.
That's not a
Conspiracy.
Conspiracy.
That
That's
wasn't
not
a robot, though.
and that's
That
not
was that was just
small.
a parasite.
Yeah,
No.
yeah.
Well, he wasn't as small as this guy. I'm
No,
just saying we've seen a little guy before.
But
Kind
yeah,
of.
there was the alien from Men in Black. There was the knockoff Diva from Fifth Element.
Yeah,
there
a
was
lot of things thrown in here. That...
just the minecart chase from
Donkey Kong Country 1.
that. I was gonna say Temple of Doom, but again with a little bit of the chunnel from Mission Impossible 1.
The word chunnel is really making me uncomfortable, I have to
It's
say.
the chunnel. It's a thing. It's
You
not
don't know
my
what
word.
Channel is?
It's the Channel Tunnel
Channel
from
Tunnel.
England to France.
It sounds like a horrible sex act.
No, it's a real train tunnel.
It very well may be. It's a terrible fucking word. It sounds just
They flew a helicopter into it.
They did.
In Mission Impossible.
Wow. Did
All right,
Tom Cruise fly the helicopter and do it himself?
We're gonna shit so much.
So
Wait, I
much.
have
on this
one
movie.
third thing
Oh, yeah,
I
sorry,
like.
the third thing.
Sorry, Ames.
Third thing I like, because there were 3 things I liked. The idea of the, phase pods.
Oh yeah, that was cool.
The
Yeah, that
phase
was
pod
cool.
out of phase fight is a great concept.
I'm gonna say something positive about this movie.
Yep.
I liked the opener.
Oh, in Mirror Town?
I thought the mirror opener was pretty strong. I thought
That actress was very good.
the actress was good.
The aesthetic was good.
The aesthetic was good.
I hated seeing Terran Empire in giant blocky words.
Yeah, well, that was stupid, but yeah, I don't know. I thought the opener as like a a flashback to Giorgio's origin story. I thought it was all right. If there was a different movie that came afterward, I think I would have felt different about this.
Again,
whole thing.
that for me though set sort of one of the biggest problems of this film, which
The
is
Hunger Games of it all?
no, not that, but that is a different issue
Yeah.
I have. But just the everything is so fucking patently obvious.
Yeah.
Like it's like, oh, okay, so she's here to kill her family because that's the last act she has to. Can we get to the murder? Because this is obviously what's gonna happen. And it just took so long to get to it. It's like, I don't care.
Yeah.
Also, why do they pick the Emperor via Hunger Games?
Yeah,
That's
that made no sense.
I thought you became Emperor by murdering your way to the top.
Well, that's kind of
kinda
what she did.
Yes,
like-
but not...
But
you know.
that's the thing. Like,
Well,
if
it's
you
the difference
presume,
between American Idol and doing it the real way.
But it seems to me that you live your life like a candle in the wind.
I knew you were going to say that.
Why?
No, it seemed to me that the idea is that there is no emperor. This is how they select the successor. They pull in children from all over and
But
make
who's
them.
deciding this, and why
Well,
aren't
right.
they in charge?
Yeah, exactly. Like why? Like the lady that anointed
I
her.
thought that
was
was
like,
the emperor.
Yeah,
like,
you're saying that wasn't
I
the
thought this
emperor?
was the emperor. I thought she
Maybe
was
she was
the
the
emperor
regent?
trying to appoint her successor and
Maybe.
using this. But it sounded like there was no emperor because immediately she's like, "All hail
Yeah,
Emperor Giorgio." It should be like, "All hail the next emperor Giorgio."
Yeah,
or
it
something.
made no sense.
Yeah, because this means that there's no one in charge right now.
Like there's a power vacuum.
What are you talking about? They're definitely that. Are you really saying that woman was not the emperor?
I don't think so. I think she was like
No
the
fucking
grand
like,
grand
vizier?
presider.
Like I said,
No
in
way.
any other government, I'd say, okay, that's a regent. But there's no way the Terran Empire has a regent. The Terran Empire has an emperor. It's like that planet from fucking Futurama. You kill your predecessor, become the emperor, and then you're killed by the person that replaces you.
I mean, Hoshi
Yes.
just assumed emperor because she had the most powerful ship.
Right, she could have, wherever the Emperor was on Earth at that point, presumably, she could have leveled them. So, and I'm sure she killed that Emperor once she took over. They don't even understand the mirror universe.
Yeah, plus we learned that young Giorgio has been in these camps, doing their Squid Game competitions or what have you, for weeks. What did she say, 18 weeks?
2 years.
No, there were 18
2
competitors.
years.
She
Oh,
was
18
there for a
competitors.
long time, yes.
Okay, if it was 2 years, that means we've been waiting for
For
an
2
emperor
right,
for
it makes
2 years.
No sense.
I think I'm gonna go with Caitlin's assumption that the lady there was the emperor and this was just
Seemed to be.
That makes more sense.
does.
I
Yeah,
just
but
don't think
because it makes sense, I don't think it's in this movie.
Yeah, that's
And
fair.
that's the thing, is there's no way in the Terran Empire you would willingly anoint your successor because
they'll kill you.
immediately.
Yeah.
It's like the rule of 2 in fucking Star Wars.
But that works for no one complains about Star Wars and the rule of 2.
A lot of people complain about Star Wars and the Rule of 2, Jake.
Fair, but
I
Star
can't tell
Wars,
if you're
but
joking
Star
or
Wars
not.
fans don't. Star Wars fans think it's just the way it is.
They don't understand. Like, they forgot that the mirror universe is not serious. And again, as I bitched about from day dot with this, is one of my complaints about newer Star Trek is they don't get that Section 31 are bad guys.
But this wasn't Section 31.
Allegedly.
Like it was just like
This
just
was just
forget
a
it.
ragtag
It's
team.
Section 31 is just the name of the movie. It's
Yeah.
got nothing to do with anything in the movie. The only reason the movie's called Section 31 is because they had previously announced that there was going to be a TV show, and then they canceled the TV show, and then they're like, oh well, we can't just be like unnamed Michelle Yeoh Star Trek film. We have to tie it back to something that people recognize. But this has nothing to do with.
I think
Section
unnamed
31.
Michelle Yeoh tie-in film would be better.
Probably.
Oh, 100%.
Because here's the timeline as far as I've found briefly by just clicking around on the internets, is that it was during season 1 of Discovery, so way back when, that Yeoh went to Paramount and said, we should do a show following Emperor Georgiou. And they were like, they don't know who you are yet though, so table that. They decided series about Section 31 when they were doing season 2 of Discovery, I
but
suppose.
that was going to be a
Ash
Shazad
Tyler,
Latif
wasn't it?
show.
Yeah, and they canned his involvement when they decided that this was going to be some other story with this new ragtag team, because I guess what I wrote down was his character's involvement, if this had been an Ash Tyler involved show at all, would have been more related to the temporal wars from Enterprise.
No,
So we
wants
may
that.
have dodged that bullet.
So no version of this was going to be good.
Oh, absolutely,
absolutely
never.
I wonder... Oh, fuck. I bet they came up with Kovich for that.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
saved him
Oh,
and
fuck.
stuck him into Discovery.
That seems likely.
I bet you because I don't know when they canceled the Shazad Latif film, but I bet you or show.
I'll tell you when, but
I
but
bet
tell me
you
what
they
think
had
first.
already introduced Kovich so that they could bring Daniels into that show
and have a connecting
and
link.
then they'd tie it up in the finale.
He would have been in both, and people would have been like, what the fuck?
But exactly. Like he would have been like the
Link.
the
Ray.
M,
Yeah.
M?
from like James Bond's
The
boss.
head of MI6.
I'm not gonna get any of your James Bond
Okay.
references.
Well, anyway,
I'm
he would
very
have been like the boss.
The boss, yeah.
Sure.
Of Section 31 in that
I
movie.
thought Bruce Springsteen was the boss.
Nice. Yeah, so they were originally going to have this be a television show. I have no idea if that would have been any better, because it would have at least allowed pacing.
It would have taken a lot longer
But
to
I
watch.
But I wonder if we would have had the same problems we had with last season, with the 4th season of Discovery, in which is like, there's not enough material here, this should have been a movie. But now we're saying the inverse. I don't fucking know. But they actually had 2 seasons worth okayed by Paramount, because they were going to film them back to back.
Mm-hmm.
But then Michelle Yeoh went off to film Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, and that pushed things back. And then COVID. And COVID is when it turned into a movie.
COVID killed Kovich.
Good? I
That's
hope.
good. Someone had to.
And then there were the Hollywood labor disputes of 2023, and that killed things further. So it was
dead.
everything was opposed to this movie, and they should have understood. that.
I am not a religious
But
man.
then everything everywhere all at once happened.
Yep.
Yep. No, she got an Oscar, and they were like, all right, we've got her, let's use her.
People have an eye on Michelle Yeoh right now. We have ideas ready. We gave them from the original story writers, who were 2 women, and gave them to this random white dude, Craig Sweeney, to write every 15-year-old fanboy's favorite fucking thing.
And we still have her under contract for this Section 31 thing, and which from contract signed before this.
Yeah.
She won an Oscar.
But yeah, no, I was like, I'm not a religious man, but I think if I worked at Paramount at that point and this many things kept stopping Section
Take it
31
as a
from
sign
happening,
from
I'd have been
God.
like, yeah, maybe it's like something in the universe.
Zeus is here telling us what to do.
I think, though, that this movie had to have, because this movie came out after season 5 of Discovery, right?
Yes.
It had to have been written before season 3 of Discovery, because it completely retcons everything about Georgiou's departure from Discovery.
I don't know if it retcons, it just entirely ignores.
Well, right. Well, retcon
They
ignores.
very briefly show her walking up to the Guardian of Forever.
That's
Well,
true,
no,
it
but the whole thing in Discovery was that she had to go back
and weigh herself.
To the future.
and weigh herself. No,
The thing Carl did.
No, yeah, but then in the end, she went back in time.
Yes.
And
to an undisclosed time
in
our universe.
It was in our universe.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought she went back to the mirror universe.
No.
I assume because she's there now.
Okay, so help me understand the timeline.
Oh God.
So she's
Nope.
So she's
Good luck.
She's in the 24th century. This movie takes place in the 24th century.
It takes place in the Dark Ages between TOS and TNG.
Because Rachel Garrett is a
lieutenant.
A lieutenant. So it can't take place more than 40 years before TNG or something, right?
Right. Yeah. Because
it takes place pre Garrett becoming a captain.
Before Garrett. So let's say it's in the 2320s.
Sure.
2420s. Oh,
23.
Yes, you're right. 24th century, 23.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's say it's like the 2320s. But Georgiou is originally from the 22-something.
Yeah, from
2250s. 2250s.
So this is like a good 50 to 60 years later. So why...
The Guardian's aim was a little off.
Well, sure. I'm not worried about the Guardian. I can accept that the Guardian sent her back to the 2320s. Great.
Yeah, to somewhere where she would be
like,
most
even though
needed.
Spock was able to precisely target, like, within a couple weeks on
City
Earth.
on the Edge of Forever?
On City on the Edge of Forever.
Yeah. Carl was just fucking with it.
Yeah. Anyway,
he seems the type.
So she is there, but what's her San, who comes from the mirror universe, hasn't aged a day.
He somehow jumped.
Did he also jump forward in time to
no,
the 2320s?
Whatever he did to develop an immunity to iocane powder froze his aging.
Inconceivable!
That's right. The iocane powder is a preservative, like arsenic.
Yes.
Yeah, the convenience of it all is to
like
to
but like that's a huge plot hole, right? Like, how is San the same age as her?
I was so busy being annoyed about everything else that didn't even occur to me. That's something else to be annoyed about now.
When you said, because Chris at one point said this masked dude is going to be San, isn't it? And I because I've seen the movie, but I want to leave the twist untwisted.
Twist my ass.
I was like, but Chris, San was in the mirror universe and in the past. There's no conceivable way it'd be San.
If all they would have had to do was recast him as like a very old man.
Yeah.
As like,
I
waited for you to end your life.
then he's Nero.
Yeah. He could have just been like waiting.
Yeah. But yeah, no, that's...
there would be no way he would know.
Yeah, he would not... He's like, I will... Yeah, exactly. He would not know.
But yeah, no, that's like, again...
The Guardian told me.
The problem with how obvious everything was. Like, the minute that guy showed up, I was like, okay, that's... Even before it was unveiled that he brought something from the mirror universe. Like, okay, so that's San.
Yeah, and you called who the traitor would be in a second.
Yeah.
Well, no, I actually... No, but when they unveiled, like, the dead body of the cyborg and he was punching himself, it's like... Oh, okay, so it's the little guy who they've already established can hack into things.
Yeah, they did a good job establishing that at the very least.
I figured out how San got there.
Okay.
He went and visited Mirror Guardian of Forever.
Jesus
and
Christ.
He was like, I'll tell you where she is. Let me hook you up.
Yeah. Someone explain fucking San to me, because...
No.
He starts off, and he's in the same competition with Georgiou.
Yeah.
The two of them, one of them is going to be Emperor. How he made it this far when he seems more like a pacifist is kind of strange to me. Maybe it's because
he didn't
had
want
the
to die.
bond. He had the bond with Philippa, and they were 2 and 1, and they knew math, I guess. Math never lies. And he's becomes her servant-slave thing. And
Which seems like a bad idea.
It just seems like but let me pause you right there real quick.
Good.
As stupid as this Succession Hunger Games thing is...
Deeply.
You end up, evidently, with the 2 strongest competitors.
Mm-hmm.
If they are not fucking, which is, like any other Hunger Games that they held in the past, presumably they weren't, the two strongest weren't fucking.
No, they were always fucking.
That's part of the rules. It would seem inconceivable to let the runner-up live. even
Yes.
as your slave.
Oh yeah, because they're
Because they're just going to try to kill you.
Right,
Yeah.
and as we know, your successor is decided by murder.
Also,
sometimes.
unless
Well,
it's
not
Hunger
anymore.
Games.
Now it's Hunger Games. But I
Yeah,
would
but you're
think-
telling me if San didn't murder her, that he wouldn't have become the emperor?
Well, yeah, like if he had murdered his family, like they'd both done what they were supposed to, then what?
See,
Then
that,
they kill
that
each
would,
other.
See, that you know what it was? It was the true final test. You think the final test is you murder your family. The true final test is, do you decapitate your runner-up?
Which is
and if you
what
don't,
you would do in the Mirror Universe.
and if you don't, does the runner-up decapitate you? And that's the true test.
And that's the Mirror Universe.
In Mirror Universe, runner-up decapitates you.
Anyway, you were saying.
Yeah, carry on.
Okay, so he spends however long it is between the flashback scene and the scene where he pretends to die of iocane poisoning. He seems to be under her boot, and he seems to be questioning everything she does, and he doesn't want her creating this godsend thing, and kills himself instead of fighting back. Sand fool. But it's all a ruse, because by whatever time we're in now, and we're in the other universe and the future, he seems to really fucking embrace wanting to kill.
Yeah.
He's really gone full
He's been
Terran
through a lot
Empire.
he's been through a lot of trauma.
I don't know where the Terran Empire is at with this, because I seem to vaguely remember in Mirror Mirror that Spock's involvement flipped the Terran Empire, so that by Deep Space Nine, the KCA has steamrolled them. So apparently that hasn't happened yet. Question fucking marks.
Well, he makes it. He did. It sounds like it's starting to crumble. So I guess that's why the KCA is able to.
So it took Spock's pacifism. How long would this be? 80 years between Mirror Mirror and now-ish.
I don't know. But
Well, there's also some stuff we haven't gotten to that I shan't spoil. It doesn't sound like the Mirror Federation or Mirror Starfleet at least completely fell, but maybe their sphere of influence shrank significantly.
I mean,
What thing are you
we only know that like it's by the late 24th century though that like they've completely shit the bed.
Yeah, well,
But we also
yeah.
see them in Deep Space Nine, and they have collapsed largely, as we're told.
Largely, yeah, but that's,
Yeah.
like I
Well,
think
that's the thing.
there
That's-
might still be some like tiny little wee bastard fragment of Terran Empire left
Well,
somewhere.
the other thing
This is why the mirror
we could
universe
also
is a
we could
bad
also
idea.
say that there is a distinct possibility that the Terran Empire that we see in Deep Space Nine, which is very diminished, we're told it's because of Spock and his pacifism. What if it was because somebody sent the godsend through a portal and fucked up our universe 30
Or
years
that.
ago? Or
I will
whatever?
destroy you with my righteous mercy. Talk about a fucking oxymoron. Not oxymoron. Is that the word I'm looking for?
Yeah, everyone's
oxymoron.
a moron in this.
I can't let this timeline thing go. I thought of something else.
Which part of the timeline?
The how San and the time and all this. So So we
It's
invent.
expecting you to go with it a
We
lot.
invent the
It
yeah,
hasn't
but you
earned it,
know
though.
that there's people out there that have been like, well, actually, it's completely consistent. So we invent the godsend in, the 2250s or whatever, right? We kill quote unquote San, but he escapes because he builds up an immunity to iocane powder.
And then Giorgio is sad because she does reference him in Discovery.
Oh,
And
that's
there's
right,
that
she
one line
does.
in Scavengers when she's phasing
All
in
they
and
need,
out.
all they needed was when she finds out that San's still alive, she just had to say, "Inconceivable."
Pout.
I watched him die. Inconceivable. Anyway, so then the godsend goes into storage in the Mirror Universe, where it sits for 70 years, give or take, until Mirror Data No finds it in the 2320s.
In a cabinet.
And then
Under the flower.
And then he finds out about this secret portal to the Prime Universe.
Yep.
Replaces Prime Data No. And becomes an arms dealer with only one product to sell.
I was going to say with only one arm.
But he was planning to sell it to San, who was coming from the Mirror Universe.
Yep.
So he could have just stayed there.
He could have just stayed there.
Why did he need Giorgio as a middle?
But how did San... But I still don't get how San has lived this long. and not aged.
I mean, that... I don't know.
And why did Data know bring it to Giorgio's
Yeah.
Casino barge.
And show her if he already had a buyer lined up?
Yeah, I don't get
Why wouldn't he just meet with the buyer? And why was the buyer there with a gun and a phase puck?
Yeah, no, it doesn't make any fucking sense.
What is going on in this film? Like, because he was there to sell it to San.
Right.
Why is he showing it to Giorgio? And then why did San already have... Sans must be a time traveler. He knew what was going down. That's the only way...
That's the only way it works.
He's just a straight-up time traveler.
Okay. Was he... All I can figure, and this is giving this film way too fucking much credit, is like, I guess San really just wanted the sale to happen there so he could show up and try to exact his revenge then, maybe? I don't know.
Maybe San set up the meet at Giorgio's pleasure barge and like, hey, we'll meet here. And he was like, I'll kill two birds with one
exactly,
stone.
yeah.
So San learned at some point, somehow, that Giorgio is still alive. Because
in the Prime universe.
Even if he did fake his own death in the Mirror universe, he was still somewhere.
Yeah.
He probably noticed at one point Giorgio has vanished.
Yep.
We never see her again in Mirrorland.
Yeah, you would think the Emperor vanishing would be a pretty big deal.
But don't forget though, like there was a coup happening at the same time that she disappeared.
True. Fucking Lorca's little coup that fails.
Disappeared, presumed dead. Regardless, it should be unthinkable. Like an absolute leap of a conclusion to think she's still somewhere, but also in the future.
Right.
And the Prime universe.
And the Prime... and would he even know about a Prime universe? Fucking table flip this goddamn movie.
I mean, presumably Giorgio... Did Giorgio know about the Prime universe?
Yeah, so in season 1 of Discovery, they established that she is aware of it, but within the Empire, it is a very closely guarded secret.
But he would have known because he's so close to her as her personal manslave.
I suppose so, yes. But yeah, it's that's why she kills a bunch of people with that fidget spinner, because Michael's like, we're from another universe. It's like, fuck, people aren't supposed to know about that.
Okay, maybe let's say that the poison that he took to...
You're really hung up on this.
Allowed him to become a time traveler.
Allowed him to live indefinitely.
See, I think he's got to be a time traveler.
I think he probably
crossed...
Well,
it's Section 31. Being a time traveler would make sense if this film
he's
had
not in...
I would say...
He's not in Section 31.
I know he's not, but the film is allegedly about Section 31.
It would make sense if he crossed over to hide in the 2200s.
Yeah.
Because that would be a good place to hide if you were worried about Giorgio coming after you. Then maybe somehow he caught wind of her disappearing, so he went back because he has a Terran. He has a Terran ship.
Look. Nothing about him makes sense. Let's move on to other bad things.
Yeah, I'm sorry. All right, we're just gonna leave it.
There is no.
I'll never let it go, but we'll leave it.
Placing this in this era doesn't make sense.
They should have just put it in the 2200s.
They could have just put it there, but then you'd have Pike floating around, and you'd have to somehow incorporate Pike because people would expect it.
Oh no, not more Ensign Mount.
No,
that would have been terrible.
No, because this is
outside
of Federation space, so there's no...
Okay, maybe it's outside of Federation space.
They already showed
but Ensign Mount could not have possibly made it worse.
I think they only stuck it here, because it's an untouched era of Trek that they kind of have a bit of freedom in.
That's true.
And also so that it could make the Rachel Garrett reference.
Oh, yeah.
She is only here to be a reference.
I hate that Rachel Garrett is here.
Nothing about her character that's important that it's her.
Yeah, and nothing...
Fucking enraging.
And there's nothing remotely consistent about this Rachel Garrett and the one from The Next Generation.
Yeah, but guys, Chaos is her friend with benefits.
Yes.
Vomit.
Yes, vomit.
Hated that. And I hated the delivery so much. It's so bad.
She wasn't a good actor. I didn't care for her.
No, she wasn't very good, was she?
I mean, here's the thing. She might be a good actor who just realized she had signed on to a terrible project and wasn't going to give it any energy.
No, see, that just to me says still that she's a bad actor.
Also could be a bad director. Who knows?
I mean, it seems like everybody involved in this was not on their best.
No. Well, as I have frequently said about my worst movie ever, possibly, it might be this now, is that The Amazing Spider-Man is a movie that has, like, a fantastic cast all simultaneously having an off day. So I assume the director is bad.
Yeah. Yeah, did you say that was Andrew Garfield?
Andrew Garfield, Sally Field, Martin Sheen.
Emma Stone.
Jesus.
Dennis Leary.
Not Emma Stone. Emma Stone?
Isn't...
But yeah, like, that's the thing.
That's an all-star cast.
Yeah,
No, what is her name?
The only actor who turns in
Martin Sheen.
competent performance. No, even he's bad. The only person turning in a competent performance in that film is Dennis Leary, which to me is what proves they're a bad director.
No, it is Emma Stone.
Oh, it is?
She
Okay.
was Gwen Stacy,
All right.
Because you're thinking of Sharon Stone?
No, I was thinking of somebody else. But anyway, my thing is, like, that proves it's a bad director because Dennis Leary has one mode.
But he was perfect for that movie.
Yeah. But, like, that's the thing. You don't need to direct him to act. You just tell him where to go and what his lines are. Like, clearly the other actors needed, like, a director and weren't getting one. But then this is a director who's done perfectly competent work on other Star Trek, so I don't know.
I think it's all the script. I think it's
This
all
script
the
is awful.
script, which is... There's nothing to work with in this
True,
script.
it's so bad.
But that's the thing. Like, why didn't they rewrite it? Why didn't they have...
They should have just shit-canned it. There is no amount of rewriting in the world that would have made this story work.
And, like, what, do they just have money to burn? Like, could we have gotten Prodigy 2?
No,
Three.
they didn't.
Three,
It wasn't
if
they had
we
money.
hadn't-
They said they saw this as a way to capitalize on
On Michelle
Yeoh's
They needed to do it right
recent-
now before people forgot.
Yeah, exactly. It had to come out.
How could they have possibly been so wrong?
I don't know? They were trying to
Have
pull
you-
in non-fans.
Have
That's
you
like-
met studio executives? Studio executives
I haven't.
are some of...
Have you met studio
Well,
executives?
no, but I mean, I've, like, heard of them. Like, studio executives...
I know they're out there as well.
Presumably somebody is running the studio.
Studio
We think.
executives
doubt it.
are some of the dumbest motherfuckers on the planet.
Wait, so you do know them?
It is astounding. Well, I mean, I've read stories about them, and it's like...
Okay.
Chris has heard.
Every time you think one of them has made the dumbest decision ever, David Zaslav makes a dumber one. But
I've
this
got a
day,
really bad
Yeah.
idea, and I can make it shittier.
Like, movies have been getting progressively worse as fewer and fewer people with any actual artistic merit run studios.
I'm
Oh, yeah,
going to
for
go
sure.
so far, though, as to say, I think their heart is in the right place. Hear me out.
Unless they're in a Vulcan
About
robot.
trying to expand the fan base. I just think they're going about it the entirely wrong
Yeah,
way.
because
yeah.
I don't want people who are a fan of this movie to be fans of Star Trek.
They're doing it in a way that's like,
Gatekeeping.
let's well, it's like you're not going to expand the fan base by releasing a piece of shit movie that alienates your core fan base, but also doesn't actually appeal to really anybody else.
Yeah, no, it's
Yeah,
I'm
that
always
sounds
for
like a recipe for success to me, Jay.
I'm always for trying something a little new, a little different. Like, there's no point in making the same show five times over.
I don't know,
But-
unless it's Deep Space Nine.
You can
We could try.
go too far off the mark. And this just feels... Again, this is some fucking executive was sitting in a jacuzzi, smoking a cigar, getting a blowjob, being like, I want a Marvel movie, but I want it to be Star Trek.
Whoever's giving him the blowjob is going to drown.
Look, you
She's
don't
got a
make
snorkel,
it...
don't worry about it.
You don't make it as a very well-paid sex worker in Hollywood if you can't hold your breath and give a blowjibber.
Oh my.
Yikes.
A
Jibber on the beach.
Sadly, not what I was going for.
No.
I would go so far, though, as to say that people do want the same show 5 times. I think that's...
I mean, that's what... Every time a new show comes out and it's not the same show,
Because...
it's rage from the fans.
No, I
Because
know.
what are the shows that people got jazzed about? It was Lower Decks, same.
Strange New Worlds.
Strange New Worlds.
Making jokes.
Same. They wanted to do Picard season 3, same.
Yep. They're all
And they-
fighting for...
and
We
they
want
wa-
legacy.
and
We
they
want
wa-
first
Yeah,
year.
and they want and just to tack it on,
Yeah,
the
but-
Orville, which
But
is
they're,
the
but
same
they're,
thing
but,
as well.
but it isn't that they want the same. They just want it to be good. They think that they want the same because they're so used to everything being not good.
Well, here's the thing.
And they'd rather be comfortable
well,
and have it be bad.
I think you're
than,
actually exactly right, and I think that's why. I think that's the problem with with a lot of the new Trek. It's like the creators like, oh well, we want to give the people something different. We want to show them.
we want to expand the fan base
We
to
wanna
people who
expand the-
don't already know Star Trek.
And then like when people are like, but this sucks, you're like, oh well, you just don't like it because it's not the next generation. But it's like, no. If it's incumbent upon you as the creator and trying to sell this to me
yes.
to show me why is this good? Why is it good that you did something new? Because if it's good and new, I'll probably like it.
And it should,
If
speak for
it's-
itself.
If it's exactly, it shouldn't.
And then they go and create
Like the-
Prodigy and cancel it right a fucking
Right,
Well,
so
that's
they
the
do
problem.
Prodigy,
Shame,
which
dude.
is
What a
which
great
was
show.
good and new, and they fucked it up. They dropped the ball.
But you still had Janeway.
You did
Yeah,
still have
that
James.
little
you
piece.
did have the legacy
that's the
stuff.
thing. It's like
Which was great, though. Janeway was great.
I think there
It's
are
not a complaint
legitimately
on my part.
the big problem is like you can try something new and different that still feels like Star Trek, but there's still
Or you can do whatever this movie
there
was.
will legitimately always be those people who are still 40 years later mad it's not just. There are definitely is a strong contingent of people who are just wanted TNG to never end and will never be satisfied.
Well, for those people, they can watch the Orville.
Right. So
I
I mean,
do want more Orville.
so like. Yeah, it's funny. Once upon a time, apparently, like, nostalgia was actually originally defined as a mental disorder.
I was gonna say it was like a disease, right?
Yeah. And I sometimes think that maybe actually, like, not all nostalgia, but maybe at a certain point it tips over from understandable to an illness. And so much of the genre world, not just Star Trek, is really infected with, like, people who are so... Like, the problem is, like, executives, again, are fucking morons. And are only going to greenlight shit that they think is going to do well.
Yeah, they have that demographic square.
Yeah.
We need something in each square.
And unfortunately, because so many people are just like a little too into nostalgia nowadays, it feels like, you know, it becomes this perfect storm of like, this is what the people want, then they make it, and then it's possibly just either fine but derivative, or actually just terrible. But, like, I mean, the perfect storm of that was fucking... This is like the Star Trek equivalent of Rise of Skywalker.
Oh yes,
Where-
I was waiting for you to.
I'm not
to
sure
say,
it was even that
to
good.
say the correct Star Wars.
Yeah, I
title.
tried to pause because I always fuck it up. But like,
Beta Z.
because like that was the one where like For All the Last Jedi was very poorly executed.
Oh, definitely.
It had some really important ideas, mostly like, hey, stop clinging on to the past, you fucking idiots. But that made all the people cry, so they tried to backtrack.
Well, that and there was an Asian woman in it, so
Yes.
that was also
They
How
backtracked
a big
so
source
hard
of pain for these people.
that they created a movie that tried to continue the story they'd already begun while also being a nostalgia bomb and made a movie no one liked.
Yep.
And then, like you said, season 3 of Picard, big nostalgia bomb. Some people fucking love it. Some people think it's a complete waste of celluloid.
I think it's both.
Does anybody really love it, or do they just tell themselves they do? Because
Well-
they're like, "Yay, it's my
They
favorite
don't record
characters."
TV shows on celluloid anymore, Chris.
I know, I just like that. It's a fun word.
It is a good word.
It is.
Anything with an oid, like a
A
Zoidberg!
betazoid.
Like a betazoid.
A betazoidberg.
Yeah, but yeah, no, this is so bad.
Getting back to Rachel Garrett.
No. Don't destroy her more than they already did.
They destroy her
Chris is
so
in so much
fucking
pain.
bad. For
Gas,
the-
gas, 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 gas,
Like
gas!
literally, they telegraph it so poorly too. Because the first thing we learn about her is I like order. I like when things are organized, and she literally tells us her personality trait, and you're like, great, thanks.
Well, like they all did
Shit.
like, during the fucking backstory round robin.
Oh yeah, when Giorgio goes character by character reading the memory alpha page,
And she has a stick so far up her backside.
it's coming out her mouth.
Yeah, that's right. That's what
Gross.
it was.
Even Michelle Yeoh.
What was
bad in
actually
this,
coming
sorry.
out of her mouth was chaos, it turns out.
Yeah, but yeah, so her character arc is embracing chaos to the point that at the very end, she's running around in rubble yelling, chaos, 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 chaos.
If they really needed some kind of fan-wanky reference with a character that maybe people wouldn't have been as annoyed that you'd fucking destroyed.
You're really mad about this. Why do you... Can you... All right, after this thought, tell me why you're so mad about this Garrett situation.
Call up what's-his-name from Generations, bring in Captain Enterprise B,
Malcolm? Oh.
Oh.
and have him, character assassinate him.
No, but I like him.
So do
He
I,
was
but-
Cameron from
Oh,
First
yeah,
I know.
Cameron. Oh, keep your hands off
Look,
my
here's the thing.
Cameron.
Look, I will always defend that man. People like to give him so much shit. Look, he got pushed out of space dock early by some admiral who wanted a fucking...
Photo op.
Yeah, but most people don't read it that way for some reason.
That would have at least have been the right era.
Yeah. Instead, they take this character who had very brief screen time, but is clearly such an important... and then, they again, what is it with fucking New Trek and Rachel Garrett and fuck?
Did they blow up a statue of
Yes!
her?
Okay, so what's the deal with Rachel Garrett? Like, I don't even know who the fuck this is. Chris is really mad about it.
She was the captain of the Enterprise C in yesterday's Enterprise.
Which is one of people's
Which is
favorite
one of the best
episodes.
What episode was that
That's
again?
the one where they bring back Tasha Yar because they go through, there's a time travel thing.
And she kisses Castillo, and we ship it hard.
Yeah, not
All right.
Sela, but actual Tasha
No,
Yar.
I know. I just...
This would lead to
And,
Sela.
and Garrett is the captain of the ship and is like
An honorable person.
an honorable noble
Basically-
hero.
Peace
Only-
between the Federation and the Klingon Empire happened because of a major noble sacrifice she did.
Oh, she did a noble sacrifice?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Originally, and then it got
Well,
kind of fucked up by the time
Yeah,
Wibblies,
she ended
but
up
still.
getting
The time Wibblies.
blasted in the head by a piece of rock.
B.
But
But
Oh,
in the
no.
original timeline, she is as important as any delegate in making
Okay. That makes sense, because I was really I'm like, why is
And they
Chris
turned her into
so
this-
unhappy about this?
fucking Marvel character at home. Fucking Marvel.
I just-
Fucking Marvel
just don't
ruined
think-
everything.
even if it wasn't Rachel Garrett, even if it was just
An
A
unnamed
character.
Starfleet presence.
Anybody running around
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that
chaos
character
would've been
would have
terrible.
sucked regardless, but to drag down an existing character for it.
Chris is so
so
unhappy.
fired up.
I'm glad that I asked you to explain this to me, because I was like, why is Chris so mad?
This man is
Passionate.
views.
He's
Yeah,
passionate
and
about...
then later, I believe, I forget the timeline. When does Star Trek Picard season 3 come out in relation to this? Because
It was
they
before
literally
this.
are. Was before this? Okay.
This came out in
Not
2025.
sure. Well,
Yeah,
yeah,
this was
it
just last year.
Yeah, last year in January. Because they literally had that Rachel Garrett
Yep.
moment in Picard season 3, in which they're putting up a giant golden statue of her. Red.
Yeah, I don't know why
That's
it was
even
red.
weirder.
I think if it looked like an untextured
It did.
CG asset.
Yes, exactly. Oh, and we'll get to it, but you want to talk about character assassination? Season 3 of fucking Picard.
Oh, I know what thing you're talking about. But stop teasing. It's
I'm not
not.
te- I'm
it's
just-
not
I'm just-
actually interesting.
I'm just
Chris is like,
angry.
I'm not
just
teasing,
so
I
mad
really
right
am this
now.
mad.
I'm just there's plenty of streaming Trek I like, right?
Mm-hmm.
But there are problems in this fucking movie. This fucking movie is like every stupid bad thing. The little things they don't fucking get. It's Picard season 3. It's the bad parts about Discovery. Oh, it's so bad. This is the worst movie I've ever seen, I've decided.
Yay!
Wow.
I'm glad we're covering
After
it.
I don't know how many years, The Amazing Spider-Man starring Andrew Garfield is bumped to number 2 worst movie I've ever seen. Fuck this movie. This fucking focus-tested fucking garbage fucking movie. Fuck!
Was it
Yeah.
focus tested?
I don't know if it was.
I
I
think
think
it
it just
was.
came out like
Well,
this.
it feels, it's studio, fuck.
It
I'm
definitely
gonna
feels
stop talking
like
for a while.
And I would like
designed by
to-
committee.
We'd like to offer
What he said.
congratulations to
Ooh.
Andrew Garfield for rising to second worst
Aw,
movie.
good for him. Yeah, just the fact that
I like
we
Garfield.
because
He
I know
likes
one of
lasagna.
But he hates Mondays.
one of the issues that a lot of people have had with this movie is it's not a Section 31 movie.
No.
At
But
all!
even-
At all!
But even the Section 31 elements are fully unearned because the commentary about Section 31 has always been that it is a element in Starfleet that is supposed to be frowned upon.
Yeah.
Bashir frowns upon it. Reed frowns upon it.
Yeah.
Thank you, Reed.
Mm-hmm.
And
They're
then-
not good guys.
And then by Discovery, it rolls around that they're so cool. Did
No,
you
but
see
they
their
weren't
black
though. But they
badges?
were still even
even
then.
Pike was like making a face at them.
Yeah, like they weren't as secretive as they were in other media.
Oh, but we love them because Yum Yum and because Ash Tyler. We love Ash Tyler.
Well, Yum Yum was not
Ash
Section
Tyler
31.
was like the one good one. But remember, what's his fuck? Leland was
Yeah.
a bastard.
Yeah,
then
Leland
he got
was
taken-
a
Leland sucked.
And now here's an interesting thing, right? So it's like they knew that there's something called control, and they're like, oh, it's a robot.
Which I thought they blew up because they realized it was a bad idea.
But now
made another
it's
one.
now it's just Jamie Lee Curtis.
Well, she has little diddly bits on her face, so maybe she's the face of the AI. Like that's what I was like. And we'll never find
that's
out because they will
weird.
never make more of these. I
Yeah,
hope.
I don't think it's ever established what her character is. Whether she's like an android, whether she's like a mecha suit guy who just likes having technology on herself.
Lord Zed or Zod from Power
is it
Rangers.
Zora? Is it another thing? Did they not actually steal all the
sphere data
the sphere
is back.
data?
Oh, actually, that's almost interesting, but
No,
it
it
would be
isn't.
entirely like inaccessible to new fans. Like, so much of this movie is inaccessible to fans because if you're trying to figure out what happened and when, like you were just trying to figure out the timeline and it's fucking impossible, if you're a new fan and you have none of that context at all, it's unfollowable.
Yep. Yeah, but
Well,
you care less about those details if you're
sure,
not
you
already
care.
a fan.
Those
Because
things,
you're
yeah,
just
not
like,
trying
those
to-
things are for the fans. But here's the thing. Another thing this movie does a lot, which annoys
Is
me,
suck.
suck? I was gonna...
is explain so many things that should be obvious.
Oh, like our new augment friend?
Well, not well.
Speaking of
I'll
nostalgia.
get to him. But
Oh, we're gonna
but
get to him.
we after the intro with past Giorgio, we're treated to like
The
a
PowerPoint.
3-minute PowerPoint that feels like a briefing from Metal Gear Solid, where it's just like, you were. It explains everything, and it's like, all right, Snake, go.
This is
Because it's presented to us as if we are the. It's like presented to the audience as if we are the agents, and it really felt like it was a video game intro.
And again, like,
really
not
poor
even
graphics.
like not even like
Yeah,
a recent
it
video
looked
game, not
bad.
a well done video game, like an old video game, and it looks like shit.
They should have. Let Hideo Kojima make this. Why
Oh,
not?
wow, yeah. Hideo Kojima would have made a very
Made
interesting
Metal
Metal
Gear
Gear
Solid.
Solid and Death Stranding, which I talk up a lot.
But anyway,
And they
He's
have
crazy. He's a crazy
He's
person.
insane.
Chrissy's what?
No.
Yes,
but
but-
Hideo.
so but then throughout the rest of the film, they keep showing us flashbacks
To 5 minutes ago.
to earlier moments in the film. We're just like, we just saw this. You didn't need to do a flashback.
I don't know. I kind of appreciate it.
Like when they reveal that Fuzz has been the traitor the whole time, and they flash back to 5 minutes ago to
Yeah.
show what happened. It's like we could have figured this out.
When they flash back and he's like, I can actually hack technology. Would be really bad if I fucked someone over with it.
It really.
Like, absolutely.
Remember when he said that 3 minutes ago?
Zero respect for the intelligence of their audience.
It also
Yeah.
makes it so
Well,
that you
because these aren't already Trek fans, so they're obviously idiots.
Yeah.
no one's that well.
and it destroys the rewatchability of the movie
Yeah.
because if there are twists and shit like that, you want to rewatch it to see the twists.
True.
And because they go back with these flashbacks and it's like, oh, I can hack technology. Oh, here's what our original plan for the heist was going to be until we got Giorgio involved and
That
she
made it.
actually
That
said
was just
yes.
confusing.
Yep.
Which is like, why are you telling us what the original plan
Why
was
are
going
you
to be?
showing us the original plan?
Well, and then it wasn't clear like when the original plan was over and when like
The new
what's
plan
happening
was
is
being-
what's
Because, like,
happening.
here's the thing: like in every other heist, because that is
Seamless
a common
transition.
trope of heist movies,
Yeah.
where they describe the heist and then
and then
cut
it all
to,
goes wrong.
But they cut to shot scenes of them doing the heist in real time, but it's never. It's never a flashback to something that's not happening.
It's
Yeah.
the ideal.
It's
Yeah.
but they show it to you in real time.
Yeah, well,
Whereas this one showed you the ideal.
They did it in bada bing, bada bang.
Yeah.
Right.
I think they will even sometimes do it where it's like, we're showing how it should have gone, and then later it goes wrong.
So that you can see how wrong it goes.
Yeah, but
and be
they don't.
excited.
They don't, like you said, they don't usually show you. Here's a plan that just plain never happened, which then segues into here's the new plan without a clear fucking break.
Like
Very
no
confusing.
seam, like
No.
like literally seamless in the worst way possible.
Yeah, like this is not a time where you want no seam. You wanted the seam to be
Yeah,
very
no
evident.
seam. I always forget about Bada Bing, Bada Boom, but until I get there. By the way, like I've rewatched that series like 8-9 times now, and I always forget. And then we're there, and I'm like, oh yeah, fuck yeah, this is great.
One thing I did like, because this almost never happens, because, our lead characters are always right whenever they're doing something, is when Giorgio's going around the room being like, oh, and this character is the one with the rod up her ass, this is a cameloid who's, impervious to Deltans, this one's the Deltan who's acting like that's not the case, and there's this Vulcan guy, and I know that his deal. I liked that she was wrong.
Yeah, there was something she didn't know about.
Because, who would guess that he was a Nannikin piloting a Vulcan robot suit? Because that's cool.
Yeah. Only good idea this whole fucking picture had.
Yeah.
I liked him.
But it was good that she was suspicious because she was like, he's laughing a lot.
Yeah, so
But again,
so
do you
either
think
his
that- was that
Pon
a-
went wrong.
Was that a shot at Star Trek V, you think?
I don't know, because
was that them saying, hey?
The problem, he could just be a fucking Romulan. He
Oh
could
my God,
be
you're right!
A Romulan. We already did this in Star Trek V.
Exactly.
Oh
Oh, yes.
no! Whoops! It would make more sense if he were Romulan.
It would make more sense.
Like, why, yeah, if he's trying to disguise himself as
No, Vulcan?
And Georgia would know about Romulans because she's been to the future.
And he's outside of
also,
Federation
I'm sure they
space,
know
so it
about-
doesn't
I'm sure
matter.
the Terrans know about Romulans.
Oh yeah, because they fucking killed them already.
Yeah.
They got the "we're back"
And
message
also-
way
And she never
earlier.
told Michael.
And we're
Yeah.
also in the 23rd century, in the 24th century, where we definitely know about Romulans.
Yeah,
Because that
so they're-
happened in Balance
Oh,
of
that's
Terror.
that's right.
So
that was in
this
TOS.
would have happened by now. So there's
Yeah,
absolutely
everyone
no reason
knows.
why he wouldn't be like, wait a minute, why am I telling everyone I'm a Vulcan? Why don't I just tell them I'm a Romulan? And then it won't be suspicious that I'm giggling all the
I
time.
didn't think of that, but that's absolutely fucking perfect.
Like, why does Star Trek keep forgetting that Romulans are identical to Vulcans? That's the point.
That's the point.
What does God need with a starship?
That's bonkers. So here's another thing that we'll to talk about because fucking god damn it, this is supposed to be a redemption story for Giorgio.
Is it? Oh, yeah, it is.
They frame it that way all over the fucking
keep
place.
trying to
She
redeem
was trying
her.
to make it up with that guy. You know, she kept trying to
Yeah,
be like,
she-
remember when we were fucking and it was hot?
She was trying to not kill San in their final fight. She was using hug fight choreography instead of stab fight choreography.
They keep trying to redeem Giorgio and then accidentally making her more heinous. It's like, well, how do we redeem her? Well, maybe she invented a galaxy-destroying super weapon?
But then felt really bad about it.
She apparently tried
Well,
to
as
have
long
it
as she felt
destroyed after San
But
died.
didn't check on it. Didn't check to make sure somebody did it. But it was such... That's the thing. This thing was so powerful and so dangerous that she made the entire engineering team commit suicide.
Yep.
So that nobody would know about it, presumably. Who did she
She
put
was
in
fidget
charge?
spinner.
No,
Who did
it's
she
just
put in
it was
charge
just
of destroying it? Like who did she give it to destroy?
Throw it into a sun.
She gave it to
She
Son.
has one on her ship. She just
Saru.
they just
Yeah.
throw it
Saru
down
did
the
it.
garbage disposal. It'll go right into that sun.
Action Saru did it.
Mirror action Saru. No, this is when he's still a coward. Though.
Oh yeah.
What was I going with this? Oh, and they've forgotten everything that happened to her in Discovery.
Yes.
Because I love Michelle Yeoh. Next week we're going to watch Everything Everywhere All at Once, just so I can get a better taste of Michelle Yeoh in my fucking mouth.
Hey-oh. But yeah, San has a pretty good taste in his mouth, huh?
And frankly, I think she is awful in this movie because like how I complained when we covered Starfleet Academy a little bit, how Braca is just a caricature by the end that just giggles at things and laughs and doesn't have a personality.
Mm-hmm.
Every one of her lines is that I'm so snarky and funny and
But that's-
so powerful.
That's the last 2 seasons of her character on Discovery,
But
too.
supposedly she was redeemed then.
No, she was terrible then.
No,
Like
she
that's
was
the thing. She
terrible
started
then.
out interesting. Prime Giorgio was interesting, but was killed off in the first episode.
What a bummer, dude.
Mirror Giorgio was like interesting for
An episode.
an episode or two. And I said this at the time, and I'll say it to the day I die. Bringing her to the Prime universe and making her a recurring character was a fucking mistake because A, it was just a fucking joke at best. B, having her, still doing her arch thing,
We had DEFCON levels of fun together.
being
Pop.
evil,
God.
saying stupid lines like that. Like they should have. Like I thought her season 1 story was interesting because you had the fake out where we were pretending she was Prime Giorgio. Let her go.
Because we'd also met Prime Giorgio, so we could make the comparison, which is why you do the Mirror Universe. It's to explore the opposite side of the self.
Yeah.
Now, Mirror Universe is just where we go to have like evil fun instead of making
DEFCON
fucking
levels.
statements.
And lots of kinky sex for some reason.
Guys.
Yeah.
Oh.
What?
Are you about to hurt me?
No, it's just kind of funny.
All right.
I'm going to hurt you and I'm going to say something. So I was trying to look up San because I wasn't sure if I'd seen anything before. I don't think I have. The Andorian that was in bed with the lady. The lady, by the way, is apparently a redesigned
Flounder?
no, the handsome race. The
No, I was
Antidian.
gonna say one of the
That's
fish.
an Antidian.
That is not an Antidian.
But the Andorian that was with them
Was Jeffrey Combs?
Linus.
Oh.
David Benjamin Tomlinson. I was like, I know that
They're
name.
fucking, and he's like, this isn't the mess hall.
Also, I would like to call shenanigans.
But this is a mess.
Shenanigans.
Because I thought, it was very brief that you saw him, but I was like, I'm pretty sure we didn't get any blue Andorian hog. And, the screenshot they had on Memory Alp confirms he was not hanging dong. So we get tits, but not dong. So fuck you, Paramount.
We saw tits in this movie?
No, it just in general in streaming trends.
I was like, how did I miss that?
I want equal opportunity. Where's my blue and dong?
I think that's an entirely different rating if there's downstairs.
Yeah, I know,
It's
and
a
that's
made for
bullshit.
streaming movie.
I would direct you
There's
to
no rating.
Watchmen.
Is this an MPAA even at all?
I don't even know.
Feel free to bring your children to the midnight showing.
Anyway, Linus was in this trash.
Well, that's just where he fucking belongs.
That makes it all make sense.
He has been a shitload of people behind rubber in this show, it turns out.
People behind rubber. I like that.
We waste Mel fucking immediately.
Yeah, what do we think? I didn't find her.
I thought nothing of her.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, they would have just made her a terrible one note. Well, they're all one note.
Yeah, she was
honestly, it just would have been more uncomfortable and sexist and weird. So
yeah.
Here's how you know how fucking bad these characters were. The idea of something taking over your body and making it kill yourself should be horrifying, but instead I was laughing and glad.
Gleeful.
Because I hated that character
When
so
Zeph
much.
Immediately.
The fact that he got such a horrifying death is great.
Is Zeph short for Zephram?
I thought the same
don't know.
thing.
I definitely tried to not think of that, but did.
Probably lots of people named after Zephram Cochrane.
True.
Though. You know what I mean?
But yeah, that character was just no fucking fuck. Why?
Which one?
Why?
Zeph?
Why? Why can this show not get over Khan?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that made zero sense.
Star
New
Trek
friend
2,
Locke.
great movie. Fuck, though. It has infected this fucking franchise.
The fucking augment thing had absolutely no bearing on the plot other than the fact that
I knew tyrants.
Yeah, he knew a tyrant once who made him augment.
There's
Right,
tyrants. Just have him met a different one. Fuck, he could have survived fucking the planet Kirk was on or
We've never
something.
even heard of this tyrant before.
Well,
It's the first time we've heard of it.
They always said there were other ones, but who cares?
Yeah, but
who cares?
how old
Who
is this
cares?
guy?
300?
Well, oh yeah, 300 something, right?
Well, because he was
she
putting
said that.
he was putting the freezy at some
he
point,
was
wasn't
in the freezy.
I assume
Well,
that was
right.
the idea.
Yeah, he was. He said that. He was asleep for most of it.
Yeah.
And that's when you said, oh, he's an augment.
I couldn't remember the word augment. I believe I went, he's a con.
That is what you said,
And
yes.
I died inside for, I think, the 38th time since the film had started, and we were only 20 minutes in.
Yeah, I was going to say, we're not very far in yet
But
either.
never does his superior intellect or strength or anything that supposedly augments him.
Once he punches a guy and she goes, are you even human? But yes, that's literally
I
it.
didn't even catch that.
Yeah, literally the only time it... And yeah, intellect my ass.
Yeah, it's just for him to spout backstory to Giorgio out of absolutely nowhere.
Yep.
So that they can connect on a thing.
And apparently we're supposed to want them to fuck, I guess, maybe?
Are we? I don't.
Well, because they kind of, touch foreheads at one point, and then in the end she looked kind of I don't know, what? You haven't done anything to establish that these two should want to fuck.
There was a hand-holding moment, sort of, or a touch. Didn't she, reach out and put her hand on his arm or something?
I don't know. Why do the Cameloids have such an elaborate shapeshifty effect now?
Why not?
Zeph
The effect doesn't bother me. It's the fact that they almost never use his power that bothers me.
They use it in the heist. Not even in the real heist, but in the fake
heist.
They use it
description
in
of
the
the heist.
Yeah, they use it in the fake heist. They use it at the end as a stupid fake out, which was dumb. The one time I did like when they used it is in the minecart expedition.
That was just so he could be big and not...
Yeah, so he could catch Alok so Alok doesn't fall to his death.
Yeah.
One good moment for
But yeah,
Sam
they actually
Richardson.
used his, ability in an interesting way. You've created your... Why bring in a shapeshifter if it's not gonna fucking matter?
Well, Zeph was also completely useless with his mech suit.
He ran through a wall once.
I'm the Juggernaut bitch
Three
once.
times a lady.
And that was it. He did the Juggernaut thing once, but to no effect, only to walk in on the android or the Andorian banging scene, but didn't have any effect on the fight.
No, he was useless. He was beyond useless.
And by the time the next, like, there was no more action scenes. Like, that's the thing for, like, something that's supposed to be, like, an action film.
Yeah.
There weren't actually a lot of action scenes. There's a
That's
lot
the
of
thing,
them hanging out on that planet.
There were 3 main action scenes. There was the outer phase one, which I thought was kind of interesting.
I liked
the
that.
heist fight, which was all right. There was the
endless minecart fight.
The mine part, which was terrible.
It was so blurry. They hid all the bad action choreo in blurriness.
And bad CG. The CG was not
the CG
good.
Oh yeah, there was a lot of bad CG.
There was some
movie.
good CG. There was something.
It was
that
all
looked
over
really
the place,
good,
though.
But like the later in the film it got, the worse it was.
They were running out of money.
They were running
and
out of
time.
Yeah, because the minecart scene CG was bad. Yeah, and then there was the final action set piece of the film. But again,
in which Giorgio isn't even trying to kill him.
But
She's
that's
trying
like
to hug him.
like 3 5 to 10 minute sections in a 90-minute movie.
The longest 90 fucking minutes.
Which is like, okay, so what's the other hour of this film? Nothing.
Bad dialogue.
It's standing around in a circle around something and having an argument and pointing fingers.
There's no fewer than 3 scenes where a character is handcuffed in a chair.
Yeah.
What are the 3?
So there's Dada No.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There's Giorgio. Actually, Giorgio's the first one.
Yeah.
So there's Giorgio, then there's Dada No, then there's Garrett.
Yeah.
All 3 scenes all set up exactly the same.
Yeah.
It's with the character handcuffed in a chair.
Yeah.
And an orbiting camera thing while they're being interrogated. Like,
interrogations.
Could you do a different fucking thing, maybe?
Interrogations are to this as science babble scenes are to Discovery. You whip out the orbit camera for it.
I know what it is. Rule of 3s. The screenwriter is like, oh, if I have somebody handcuffed to a chair, I got to do it 3 times.
I said at one point while we were watching, if this was written by anyone older than 15, they should be fucking ashamed.
He did say that.
I hope this guy is.
I actually legitimately think that this film, regardless of who was credited as the writer, was AI generated.
It was improvised on the spot.
No, I think the script. This is not even a joke. I think ChatGPT was significantly involved in the authorship of this film script, because even just things like the handcuff to a chair thing 3 times, it's like that's the thing the AI would do.
Yeah, because they would see that it's a common trope.
It would like, oh yeah. When someone gets captured, we handcuff them to the chair and interrogate them. That makes sense. So let's put that in there.
And then it forgets that it does that because it doesn't check its own work. And it'll be like, oh, you know what else we should do? We'll handcuff to the chair scene.
And like, Mecha Boom Boom, like someone just fed it some Giorgio lines.
Yeah.
It's like, that's a Giorgio thing. Mecha Boom Boom.
You're a chaos goblin, aren't you? Vomit.
Yeah, that was bad.
Icky.
And then there's like, and this has been a complaint of mine with a lot of new Trek, is they talk like 20th or 21st century people. A good example.
And they all talk the same.
All talk the same. No one's got a distinctive voice except
crack
Giorgio.
The same jokes.
Giorgio has a distinctive voice. I'll say that. But everyone else just talks exactly the same as each other. And one that really got me was, I think it was the Camelot. What's his name?
Quasi.
I think it was a Quasi line when he's talking to one point with Giorgio. He says, I wrote it down so I wouldn't forget.
Ooh. Jake doesn't usually write
Look at Jake taking notes.
He writes down, oh, that's on brand for you.
Yeah.
If ever, like, that so distinctly places that character as, like, someone from the early 21st century.
Or like when fucking Dada No was like, oh, do you have fries with that too?
Yeah.
Fries with that was another one. Like, on brand.
Maybe it's the universal translator.
On brand is such, it wasn't a phrase 15 years ago, and it won't be a phrase 15 years from now. There's absolutely no way the term on brand survives in the post-scarcity 24th century.
So the fucking puzzle wit that wrote this,
Craig Sweeney,
is mostly a producer.
Huh.
Who's done like some minor writing.
Oh, he definitely got ChatGPT on this shit.
He was one of 3 people who worked on the teleplay of Context is for Kings, according to Memory Alpha. But aside from that, he doesn't even have a Wikipedia article.
Oh, Plex just
He
messaged me.
just has an IMDb entry, and most of his credits are producer, executive producer, co-executive, some sort of like tangentially connected to the writing.
Why did they give him this?
I do not fucking know. I would have done a better job.
I mean, you should have thrown it out if you'd been given it, but What's Plex telling you, Jay?
Plex sent me a notification saying, how did you like
we
Section
see
31?
you watch Section 31.
How did you like Section 31?
Just-
Rate it here.
You know what to do? Wait until this goes live and just link this episode as your rating. If they have like a text box where you can. So yeah, let me tell you, when I was a stupid teenager, I actually did write a piece of Star Trek fan fiction, which was a spy
Is it on
story.
the internet?
No, thank God. It was before I had the internet. But it was just regular Starfleet intelligence. And the plot was just... It was terrible because there was a major plot hole right away. But the idea was somebody had absconded with the whole of Starfleet's prefix code list.
Abscond is such a good word.
And was going to sell it to the highest bidder.
Mm.
The problem with that, of course, is all you do is just change all the fucking prefix codes. But I didn't think of that when I was a child. And that still was better than this.
Yikes. So you asked at one point, because there was some camera spinning and shit, and when we were watching, you guys asked, did Jonathan Frakes direct this? I was like, no, this is a Tunde. But I read somewhere that when this was originally going to be a series, he asked, can I direct the pilot? And Kurtzman or whoever was dealing with whatever at the time said, no, Johnny, because this is a story about Giorgio, we would like a female perspective. We would like the director to be a woman, of at least the pilot.
All right, that's reasonable.
And instead, when it switches to movie, it sounds like there are no longer any women in the room.
No.
Which is infuriating.
Mm-hmm.
But it also means we didn't get any Johnny Frakes. I don't think he could have fixed it either.
No. I do appreciate just how enthusiastic that man is about Star Trek.
Frakes?
Yeah, he just wants to be around it. He loves it, and I love that for him.
Yeah.
You know, he's its biggest cheerleader.
Speaking of cheerleaders, I want to read you another excerpt from a internet.
From a 10-star review?
This one is from this is a 5 out of 5 stars on the Amazon Blu-ray listing from Daniel B. Lyle. I'm calling you out by name, Daniel, because I think you're a fucking shill.
It's public. It's fine.
The headline is an unexpected, delightful combination of Suicide Squad, Mission Impossible, and Battlestar Galactica.
Okay,
What?
So I
The 70s one? Like, what?
Well, so I mentioned Suicide Squad.
You did.
And you guys both mentioned Mission Impossible.
Yeah. Instead of a sophisticated, super secret space CIA type movie, it was instead
It definitely wasn't that.
a misfit superhero movie.
Oh, God.
It took me
which
minutes.
is what we wanted.
So you think, okay, all right, so this guy's obviously got
An idiot.
no idea what's going on. Sometimes us self-identified Trekkies forget that Star Trek is not a trope, but the best of science fiction. Indeed, Gene Roddenberry intended to take us to places we've not been before. As such, this is AI written.
I think Chris definitely experienced rage he's never...
As such, is there any M dashes in here? Let's see. No. As such, Section 31 fully succeeds, serving up a new flavor of the beloved show. Oof. Hopefully there are sequels in the works, if not a full series. Future iterations can only be even better as the cosmic backstory has now been established.
Well, I will give them that. It
and
probably
the misfit
would be
superhero
better.
team is together. The future galactic dangers loom, which only they can defeat. Bravo!
I enjoy superhero stories. I don't go to Star Trek for superheroes. I go to DC and Marvel for superheroes. I go to Star Trek for Star Trek. I am willing to let you expand what Star Trek can be, but this was a bad adaptation.
I think this movie was written by AI and reviewed by AI. I think every one of those positive reviews. That one is like, that is fucking AI slop if I ever saw it.
That is I don't like, people throw this accusation out way too loosely this day and age, but that was a paid review. I'm sorry.
I don't even think it was paid. I just think that somewhere maybe the screenwriter has a little
it's his soft puppet.
Created an app to review his own movie.
No, actually, no. You know what? Though, here's the thing. Again, seeing what he churned out with ChatGPT for this, that was too eloquent even for that. Like, this was somebody else.
Well,
Craig Sweeney,
that review had all the hallmarks of Chief Engineer Argyle is my favorite character.
Yeah. Oh, seriously. Fuck you, Craig Sweeney. Just fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you.
And yeah, this movie, I'm going to rate it 7 out of 10.
I will beat you to death.
Okay, so here's the thing, okay? I agree that this was not a good movie. But I was entertained.
I wasn't even entertained. I was bored and annoyed.
I was entertained in the same way that I'm entertained by
Terra Nova.
Yeah, exactly.
By watching bad things.
It's just so bad. But like it doesn't anger me. It was not good. I'm not enraged because I think no offense, Chris, I think getting enraged over this is a waste of my energy.
Yeah, you put more energy into this film than anyone working on this film did.
Yeah, exactly. Your rage is exactly
I'm not gonna lie. This is probably just because I've been annoyed at work lately. So
fair.
This is a way I can vent it without getting fired.
And like, if I weren't, a participant in this podcast, I would never give this movie a second thought.
Oh, I'm never watching it again.
But yeah, it's just bad, and what can you do? I love the thought though that so obviously this was produced after Everything Everywhere All at Once, and which is a movie that stars both Michelle Yeoh and Jamie Lee Curtis. So
she's in that?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
She's the she also won an Oscar for that movie.
Oh.
They both won Oscars.
That somehow right?
Didn't
that.
she win it? Didn't Jamie Lee win it?
I don't remember.
Or were they competing for an Oscar?
I don't know.
I can't remember.
Do not remember.
I don't remember either. I thought they both won it, but maybe it was only Yeoh.
We'll find out. We'll look it up next week.
We'll look it up next week because we're going to talk about it then. Either way, yeah, having I felt like Michelle Yeoh just phoned up Jamie Lee and was like, "Hey, I'm in this.
Definitely.
You want a paycheck? I'm getting one."
She filmed that from her bathroom or something.
Yeah.
With COVID.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh God! Hopefully he wasn't taking one of those horrible shits while she was doing it.
No. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have important matters to attend to.
Fucking Daniels. I'm still so goddamn mad.
Oh.
Yeah.
Honestly, in retrospect, after watching this fucking movie, the Daniels reveal is so much less annoying. This is so much more offensive.
This didn't bother me that much. Again, it's really not good, but it's
I've just never felt so insulted by a movie before.
I wonder if this were not Star Trek, if they didn't put a Star Trek name on this, didn't try to stick in the Star Trek references, and they just released this as heist movie, we would just say meh.
No, it would be.
And then all of us would go meh, like they did in that scene.
Even without the Star Trek coat of paint,
it's such a bad
would
script.
be terrible.
Oh yeah, they would have had to have changed it a lot to make it not Star Trek. I think.
Not that much.
No, but the dialogue was painful. The characters were painful.
Definitely
all the
bad dialogue.
The quips, because it's all the same. Every character tells the same quips, which is one thing that infuriates me in Strange New Worlds as well, because each character has the same sense of humor.
Everyone has
you
the
got to
same
choose
voice.
your quips.
The writers have trouble writing for characters. They just write themselves onto the page.
That's emphatically what it is.
Yeah, but if I was writing myself onto a page, I'd be writing a lot of dick jokes. It wouldn't be maybe each writer has to have a character, and everybody has to have a voice that they're writing for. I just don't think it.
Yeah, but good screenwriters should be able to write for their characters.
All the good screenwriters are dead, apparently.
Apparently. But yeah, that's the thing, though. And the one thing I'll say for this movie is that a lot of people criticized criticism. Criticized the criticism of...
Oh, I see what you mean.
Of Star Trek Discovery.
Not the concept of criticism.
Being you just don't like it because it's different.
A black captain, a woman captain,
yeah, exactly.
there's gay people
it was
and
the woke,
trans people.
The anti-woke.
Shit.
They tried to be no, the reason you can't criticize this movie, you're being anti-woke or whatever. This movie ruins all those arguments because there's nothing woke about this. It just sucked.
Yeah,
regardless.
No. I mean, I don't think I have seen anyone say anything. So aside from these two things you just found, I have not seen anyone say anything positive about this film.
Yeah.
I've never seen anyone try to defend it. And there are people in Star Trek groups who will defend anything. There are people who like fucking season 3 of Enterprise.
Oh, I've definitely seen podcasts who praise at least elements of this movie.
Wow, that's
damn
disturbing.
I have seen the people say it was so interesting seeing Giorgio's arc finally culminate, which
Fucking bots.
I don't see it. They're
Well,
not
what
bots.
do podcasters know?
Look,
Am I
I'd
right?
say they're bots.
Are people
Paid shills.
just
I don't care.
stupid?
Yes.
Well, here's the thing about...
Like, this was just
I
bad.
think- I have a real thing about modern criticism, not just for Star Trek, but for Star Wars, like modern genre criticism. If you look at like Paramount or Disney, they do these big events, right?
Yeah.
You know, where they're unveiling, you know, the Star Wars
The
celebration,
big expos and
the
shit.
Star Trek STLV,
Yeah.
and they invite all of these influencers,
Yeah.
theoretically critics, to come in, and they put them up at the hotel, and they bring them in, and they have panels, and they get exclusive access to interview the casts and to watch, you know, unreleased clips and all these things. And I think, and maybe this is true, maybe it's not, I have a conspiracy theory
Ooh.
that these Paramounts, Disney's, these production companies are essentially saying, if not directly, indirectly, putting the old mafia squeeze on these people and being like, okay, well, if you want all of this access to the actors, to the unreleased footage, to the VIP treatment at the convention, well, you better say nice things.
I mean, that's...
Because they're not going to, because like all of these shills, all these people that are, you know, what's it that the kids say? Glazing?
Yes.
What?
Glazing.
I haven't heard glazing.
It's a newish one.
Yeah, all these influencers that are glazing these fucking absolute trash.
Is it glazing or glossing? God, we're old.
I think it's glazing.
I think
it's
glazing.
like glazing a donut.
Yeah.
Ooh, I
Yes.
love that.
Mhm.
Yeah. That are putting some glaze on here. You know, they're all the same ones that are getting this enhanced access. I think there's a hostage situation going on with criticism, especially in like these like genre shows.
Basically isn't a conspiracy theory. That basically is just like it started really in a big way with video games, because that is really it started with the sports media, because that's the ultimate access journalism.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why sports, like so much sports quote unquote journalism, really isn't journalism. Because they want access to the players and the coaches and things like that. And it's expanded out and everything else. Because again, like you said, these people, even if they're not explicitly told, like, they have to be nice to keep getting invited to these industry events, like, the number of times video games have been like, we flew all these people out to come play the game at a fucking luxury hotel in Los Angeles. You know,
Of course they're going to say nice things about it.
And that's the thing. And they even say, like, even if they don't tell them they have to say nice things, it's going to, if nothing else, influence their experience. It's like, I played a kind of shitty game, but I did it in a castle in Scotland. So automatically, my memory of the event when I'm writing my copy later is affected. And yeah, it's very much, I think, explicit. It's implicit. There was a big, controversy some years ago now, maybe a decade or more, where I think it was Giant Bomb. Their reviewer,
I used to like that.
I think it was them, don't quote me, but someone wrote a positively just trash review for, I think it was Kane and Lynch 2, which by all accounts is a terrible game. But the publishers had paid for a full page ad for Kane and Lynch 2 on the website. Like, it was one of those ones where, like, all the borders were replaced with an ad for the game. And totally not related, guys, that writer got fired shortly thereafter.
Huh.
Oh.
And that was a whole big thing. So, you know, this is totally a thing.
Yeah.
Whether or not they're ever explicitly told, but it is definitely super implicit. And there is actually, Ames, unfortunately, a lot of attacks on the concept of criticism these days. It's been floating around for a long time, really, but it's gotten really bad in the internet age, in this age of, like, all experts are doubted. Even any sort of, because again, there's plenty of illegitimate criticism on the internet because there are influencers and grifters and stuff like that. But people also now just completely ignore legitimate, like, actual well thought out, because, you know, people just think nowadays of criticism, they think of it as just like writing an opinion piece, whereas real well done criticism is sometimes a full on like analysis type thing as well. And again, there's been attacks on it for the longest time because, of course, artists can make fun of critics. Like, I remember when I was a kid, like, cartoons regularly took the piss out of Siskel and Ebert. You know, so before I really knew what film criticism was, somebody was already planting the seed in my head that film critics are just crabs who dislike things.
Yeah, or like in Ratatouille, when the critic comes to review the restaurant.
Yeah, exactly. Like, critics are just automatically bad. We're being told by people whose whole lives kind of live and die on critics, so of course they're going to try to do their best to use their platform to turn people against critics.
Well, there's also just like the democratization of like criticism and the whole idea of influencers. Like, it used to be that, you know, if you wanted to get your movie, if you want to get a review by, you know, Gene Siskel
and Ebert,
and like, you know, the LA Times or whatever. There were like certain, you know, there were entry points to this. But now it's like, oh, well, we don't need to get Siskel and Ebert on our side. We need to get, you know, a handful of popular influencers telling their fans that this is great.
Yeah. And I mean,
and if all we need to do is give them a little, you know, under the table, then we'll do it.
And I will say, you know, even when sort of, you know, Siskel and Ebert popularized film criticism to the masses, and there were people at the time even saying they were themselves already kind of like kneecapping the act of proper film analysis and criticism. And actually, it's funny, I was actually watching Old Mystery Science Theater the other day, and they were, as the credits rolled for a film, they were going through a book of Leonard Maltin reviews, because they were taking, like, films that generally people really think were very good and liked a lot, and finding, like, he'd given them the same star level as this terrible fucking movie they just watched. Like, he gave the terrible movie 2.5, and then they were going through, and it's like all these really, really well-regarded films that he said were just as bad, if not worse, than this Mystery Science Theater movie. So even, you know, professional critics can whiff it.
This was Leonard?
Yeah.
So I know Leonard Maltin. I met him and his daughter on a cruise, and at the time I was like 15 years old, so I was like quizzing him on movies that I really liked, and I was like, what'd you think of Dead Man on Campus? And he was like, terrible. And I was like, what?
In retrospect,
I was really
it's
unhappy.
fun.
But then he and his daughter and I went to see Kate and Leopold in theaters. Did I ever tell you that?
No.
That's how I saw Kate and Leopold the first time. He was reviewing Kate and Leopold.
That's a terrible movie.
It was.
What, did he like it?
I doubt it.
I don't know, because he is... Anyway, but
What
yes.
does this have to do with anything?
We got off on criticism.
The point is that, yes.
And I know the man.
I don't know who that is.
He's a famous reviewer.
I believe
Professional
you.
critics are certainly not immune to
No, not
criticism of their own.
But it has...
But
it's
like,
reached this, like, again, this... They at least had some
integrity, bad opinions possibly, but like the idea that they wouldn't be bought was probably a given.
It sort of depends on who owned their newspaper.
That's
and
fair.
that. Like, there's always issues with money. But, like, yeah, we're now at a point where it's all just marketing. Everything is marketing, including criticism. The studios know how to game the system. They own much of the system. Because, again, so much of what surrounds entertainment, quote-unquote, journalism is access journalism. Mm-hmm. So it's a mess.
Well, you know what else is a mess? This fucking movie. I think we've talked about this movie about as long as this movie was the runtime.
Yeah.
So, a large segment of this has been just us talking about the concept of criticism of it.
Yeah, well, you know, whatever.
Because it's complicated.
There's very complicated. Point is, this movie's ass.
Oh, so bad.
We're critics. We're not shills.
Yeah, really, please pay us to say something is good.
We'll
take it.
We'll say this movie was fucking great if you give us money.
No.
I would.
No,
I would.
You could, look, I will... You could pay me to say nice things about TAS, the first 2 seasons of Picard, but this and
first 2 seasons of Picard?
If you paid me well, I would be willing to lie and say they were good.
I'd say the first and third I would be paid for.
Second is hard.
3rd season of Picard and this are 2 things you could not pay me to say nice things about.
I'm going to say so many nice things about the first season of Picard when you get there.
Anyway.
It starts off so strong.
Oh, yeah, no, there's some ideas in the first season.
Okay, you know what? Why don't we find out in a couple of months when we get to
Yes.
Until then, you can catch up with all of
Well,
our...
wait. Why are we not getting into it for a couple of months, though? What are we doing next?
Well, because next week we've already kind of alluded
That's
that
true.
we're going to be watching another better Michelle Yeoh, Jamie Lee Curtis pair-up film in...
Freaky Friday 2?
Freaky Friday 2, The Freakening. I don't know.
That's a different
I don't know
movie,
what
I
a Freaky
think.
Friday 2 movie would even be.
Well,
It
it
just came
exists.
out. Oh,
so
does it?
yeah,
Yeah,
was
it came out a few
adult
months
Jamie
ago.
Lee Curtis and adult Lindsay Lohan. Which, by the
Do
way,
they
Lindsay
still-
Lohan looks fucking amazing.
Well, that's good. She had some problems.
She
years
was
ago.
really
Yeah,
fucked
she seems
up,
to have
dude.
gotten her-
She has come around,
Yeah,
and
she came through it somehow.
I
Good for
could
her.
not
Good to
be
hear.
more happy for her, to be
That's
honest.
good.
You know, it's rare for them to kind of go off and then come back. Usually, you either get through it from the word go, or you just kind of flame out. So.
Well, evidently, next week we're covering Freaky Friday
No, we
Part
are not.
2. Everything, Everywhere, Freaky All at Once. That's a very cool film, and I'm looking forward to that conversation next week. But then, Chris, to answer your question, after that, we're not going straight into Star Trek Picard. No.
Thank
Ta.
Ta-ta-ta.
No.
Ta-ta-ta.
We didn't even talk about how evidently Giorgio is just French.
Oh yeah, I thought of that. Yeah, the whole Picard thing.
Why would we? I mean, her last name is Giorgio.
I know, but it was never really occurred to me that she was
Oh,
just
all right,
French.
okay. Well,
Because even her alias is is
It's
Madame
de France, I think.
Madame du
Madame du France du Versailles.
Madame du Frog.
Du Franc. Yeah, I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure that's right, yeah.
Anyway,
Franck, yeah. Anyway, yes.
Anywho, yeah, so we are not jumping straight into Star Trek Picard, the other Frenchman. We are going to take a little detour
Bit of shore leave.
into another universe, the Keanu-verse. And that, of course, is Keanu Reeves, the actor known for roles in such films as Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, The Matrix, and others.
What others? What are we else? Are we gonna Johnny Mnemonic? I'm sure.
Yeah, I think so. Speed.
I've never seen Speed, and I love Sandra
wait,
Bullock.
We're not
We're not
covering
watching Speed.
Speed.
Oh,
We're
what
doing
the
the
fuck?
Keanu-verse.
We're not
We're-
doing
we're
every
doing-
Keanu
we're doing
And
movie.
it's not the Keanu versus
Oh,
the
this is-
Keanu Sans, isn't it?
Yeah.
We're mostly doing science fiction
Oh, it's the
appearances, I
Keanu
believe. Because
Sans.
otherwise we'd be doing Bram Stoker's Dracula.
Is John Wick science fiction?
No.
Of
Damn
course
it.
it is.
Yeah, of course it is.
Yeah,
I
it's like
agree.
an alternate universe.
Only the first one's good.
Oh.
I will.
What? The
Yeah,
first
I
second
thought they
one
were-
was
I thought they
good.
were
It was
Fine.
fine.
Yeah,
They
but
should have stopped at one.
Oh, for Christ's sake!
Anyway, that's not what we're talking about.
Okay, anyway, fine. We're not covering Speed, but we can watch Speed
damn it.
anyway.
Bus from Speed.
I liked Speed.
I've
It's a
never
good movie.
seen it.
Um,
I've never seen it.
Well, we can watch it on our own.
Yeah, exactly. There's no reason not to. But anyway, that's going to start off in the following week. I can't tell you what order it's going to be, but we'll tell you down the road. So get ready. If you aren't interested in Keanu, then fuck you. But if but still stay listening anyway. You can just skip a few weeks and then come back and visit us later in the summer, and we'll jump right into Star Trek Picard.
See, you had it right at first. If you don't like Keanu, fuck you. You don't have to come back.
Yeah.
I don't really want you.
Yeah, it's like that Lady Sovereign song.
Yeah.
Love me or hate me.
Yeah,
I love that song.
It's a great song.
Have you heard the remix with Missy Elliott?
I haven't.
It
but-
fucking rules.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Anywho, yeah. Until then, you can catch back up on all of our backlog.
You're gonna get you back up on the backlog.
back up on our backlog.
Less racist than that guy's Irish accent.
Several.
Irish.
I think we've decided Jake isn't doing outros anymore.
Seven.
Who's
Oh.
next? Is it me?
Yes, it's you.
These fools.
Anyway, you can catch back up on our backlog of over 7 episodes. You
Technically correct.
You can get that on
Best-
SoundCloud,
That's kind of correct.
SoundCloud, and wherever fine podcasts are sold. You can get our social medias, our SMs and our SNMs on Tumblr and all the normal places, SSHB Podcast, including Facebook and the other one. And my name's been Jake.
This has been Chris.
This has been Ames.
And this is always Caitlin.
Mecha Boom Boom.
Yum yum.
I did a Mecha Boom
She
Boom in
was
my
in Section
pants.
31, though.
Who?
Yum yum.
None.
Nan? Who cares?
No, but she was friends with Georgia.
Yeah, but
Fair
Mecha
enough.
Boom Boom sounds like yum yum.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Why was it Section 31?
Section 31?
You know who's rolling in their grave?
Gene Roddenberry?
Sloane?
Literally.
Sloane. Fuck that guy.
You know what we didn't talk about was our half black, half white faced friend.
Oh, he was really cool. There we go.
Yeah.
No, he was not.
He was not cool, and that.
What do you mean? What was not
the
cool
whole
about
the
it?
whole point of Let That Be Your Last Battlefield was that they literally wiped out the entire species.
There it is right there.
Like that was what made that episode
Poignant?
Poignant.
Oh.
The fact that they're still around now and also on Star Trek
Okay,
Academy.
but again, they were colonizing. Like, of course, there was going to be one or two
Well,
of them
in that
floating
case,
around the world.
it's not important at all that in That Be Your Last Battlefield that they wipe each other out.
Sure, it is. If there's 8 billion of a person and you kill 7.99 billion of them, that's still a fucking shitload, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's not the same level of tragedy as the entire race's extent.
As someone
Isn't
pointed
it,
out,
though?
as someone pointed out on the internet, maybe it's a different species.
It could be.
Because the ones from Last Battlefield didn't have split hair.
That's true.
Oh, which was such a cool
Oh, they've
thing.
never
I liked it.
redesigned a race.
Shush! I'm just saying what the internet said.
Listen,
I don't
it could
agree
be
with it.
convergent evolution.
Yes,
No.
which this fucking show does love sometimes.
No, this
The
show loves
great
more
post-credits.
making references.
Hmm.
It loves it.
All right. Bye.
We're done.
Bye.
Next week we're going to cover everything. God damn it! Why can't I say
Everywhere, everything
of note?
All
Of
the
note.
time. Of note. That's good, Ames.
Yeah. Splice in me saying the thing correctly. Everywhere.
Everything, everywhere, all at once.
Thank you. There it is. Wow, I keep
Well,
getting it
Ames, what a
backwards.
very deep voice
Wait.
you have all of a sudden.
Okay, now I can't splice it in unless
Okay.
Ames takes it again.
I don't know. I think you should just splice in James.
No, this is all great
Mr.
post credits
Black.
content.